Is the Senate being too harsh on her?
The first question I'd like to ask is, do we have women in the Senate? You know, everybody is a senator. And so therefore of equal ranking, exactly. And so this pitiful thing of trying to get women to have a special place, you know, it doesn't call for this type of discussions.
So no special place for women?
Well, we are said to be the weaker vessels, but, you know, there shouldn't really be a special place for women.
So some would say this sounds quite strange.
Well,
coming from a woman.
I'm not such a feminist, you know. I might be a woman, but I don't share in a lot of those views.
So it should be strictly on merit. Every senator should be treated as equal, no matter the gender, no matter the party, no matter the background. I
think so. I think all women, you know, especially when you're going for elective offices, you know, you should be ready for the challenges. You don't expect that because you're a woman, you should be allowed to X number of hours to make up or get dressed before showing up in the Senate. If there's a sitting for 9 o'clock, you should be there for 9. And it's as simple as that.
So what's your perspective of what happened between the Senate and Natasha Akpoti?
Nothing out of the ordinary, actually. Besides the fact that Natasha wants, will I describe it as attention, you know. I heard from her radio interactions with the ordinary president, Amedisa, that where she was sitting is where she gets camera viewing. That should be the least of her problems, really.
But she has a right to be seen.
You have a right to be seen from wherever you are sitting. Every senator gets to be seen. You know, if you have a contribution to make, you raise your hands, you are picked, you are identified, you get up.
By the Senate President.
Yes, and the camera zooms into you. The Senate is a hallowed chamber. It shouldn't be a place for where people expect to, you know, show off or want to be, what is this, seen.
What are you expecting from the disciplinary proceedings?
I really don't know what to say, but I think she, you know, she's had enough time to get across to the people that matter, to help her intervene in this matter.
A political solution?
Yes, political solutions, you know. But grandstanding won't help. I, as a woman, had some sympathies for her, you know, especially from where she was coming from, Kogi State, having fought the past governor to be able to make headway in Kogi State and make the office of Senate against Senator Dino Milai, you know. And only for Natasha to come into...
different senatorial zone, but she was up against some political heavyweights.
I think that was Ademi, Smart.
No, Smart is still with Dino's constituency, but she faced heavyweights.
Yes, she did face heavyweights. Sorry about that.
Kogi Central.
You know, and only for Senator Natasha to come into the Senate, and every time it's drama around her, you know, she really needs to tone down. We have other women in the Senate. Why are they not attracting such drama?
The Senator Ireti Kingibe also raised issues of domineering and marginalization from the Senate presidency.
Well, initially, because she's coming from, she's also a first-time senator, and she's coming from a background of feeling that she's a female. But I think she has quickly adjusted to the rules and regulations of the Senate, which we are expecting also from Senator Natasha. I watched her interview on Arise TV this morning, and it was all about, oh, when the Senate president called me at so-so-so time, or somebody called at so-so time, but she was hearing the Senate president's voice in the background. And when the person said, when my job goes, if the Senate president's job goes down, mine goes down too. The next thing she says, she started shouting. When so-and-so person spoke to her too, she started shouting. You don't shout at every opportunity given. You try to discuss. You try to negotiate. Yes, we are females, and we have the tendency to want to raise our voice and stuff like that.
Some may believe that you need to fight for your right. Some activists believe in fighting for your right.
Senators,
they don't believe in any form of concession, negotiation. They believe in grabbing their rights as enshrined.
Well,
she may fall into this category.
You grab, and if you lose, you lose. Right? All senators in the hollow chambers are there to fight for their rights.
And the rights of their constituencies.
And the rights of their constituencies. But do you win all the time?
That's the question. Winning sometimes is a zero-sum game. You lose some, or you lose all, or you gain all.
Exactly.
But you raised one important issue here, a political solution. Are you expecting Natasha Akpoti to take the lead, or should the Senate also not explore that option? The Senate president as the leader, as a statesman, should he also not explore that option rather than this drama that keeps playing out?
Well, the ball is actually in her court, you know, because the odds are up against her. She's running from pillar to post as it is. And the earlier she's able to retrace her steps and decide to political solutions, the better for her.
She runs the risk of being suspended because similar cases in the past, Abdul Ninge and others, once they are referred to this disciplinary committee, what's facing them is suspension.
She ran herself into this deadlock in which she is right now. Like I said, she had the opportunity. You know, I think this incident took place about some 4 days ago. You slept over it overnight, but you think you can fight your way out. There are people who, she said she spoke to Ireti Kingibe. Senator Kingibe herself, like you said, had a running battle at once upon a time. But I'm sure she went to seek out political solutions. Today, I'm sure she's getting her way. Why do you have to fight all the time? We're said to be the weaker vessels. Even if you got off the handle, flew off the handle, and you go, she said she goes to see the Senate president. You go to see the Senate president, and you speak to him in the corner. There's a likely indication that he will succumb. Instead, you are shouting to the world that, oh, you are being chased. Are you the first female?
Well, so, like I said at the beginning when we started this discourse, the way the trajectory you took, you said you had no sympathies for gender, you're not a feminist, and
I did not say zero sympathy for gender. I'm just saying I do not totally toe such lines.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's good to know that there are some women that are also on that other side.
Of course.
We'll fold our hands and see how this plays out.
Thank you very
But definitely there will be losers and there will be gainers. Who are you going to predict could be the winner here? Or rather the loser?
The loser is likely to be Senator Natasha Akpoti.
And not the Senate.
Not the Senate.